The punishment of hellfire is must. Okay, and this is also written that the the first night when people will put you in the grave. 1 minute, let me someone is doing. Okay, Anisa, join your class. So the first night when people will put you in grave, that night will be very 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 difficult for each and every person, either they're Muslim, non-Muslim, okay, whatever religion they have. But Allah subhanahu, because we are Muslim, alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches us this dua. So as this dua, Allahumma anis wahshati fi qabri. So when we will ask this dua, the meaning of this dua, oh Allah, keep me safe from the punishment, or sorry, not punishment, keep me safe from the fear of that night, the first night, which I will spend in my grave. And why it will be so horrible and so fearful? Because we all know, like, when we are alive, we can turn on our light, we can go from one room to another room, we can go outside, we can come inside, we can sit. If we are feeling bored, we can use our cell phone to chat with someone, or to chat with the family members, right? There we have so many options when we are alive, so we are not thinking the time when we will be in grave. So non-Muslims ideology is, they think like, as soon we will die, we will go in Jannah. So if we are passing little time in the grave, no problem, there will be no punishment. But Muslim believes Allah will not leave anyone, the one who are doing sin and the one who are spending time in reading Salah and the Quran. How they both could be equal in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So of course, the one who is a killer, the one who is a who is doing robbery, cheating, backbiting, and so many other sins. If someone is involved in these kind of sins, so of course Allah will not let him go easily in Jannah, because if Allah will do so, then what is the point? The one who is spending time in reading Quran and reading Salah 5 times a day, doing good deeds, because he's waiting a day will come and Allah will decide, and I'm going to Jannah or Jahannam. So that person will say, I spent my life in this way. Why I was not enjoying the life? So Allah is very very, Allah will do justice. Allah Allah will never make both the people equal. That okay, the one who are doing sin, I'm so loving, and I'm so loving. So okay, no problem. You can also go Jannah, and the one who are doing sin, okay, you can also go Jannah, and the one who are spending life very hard being a Muslim, you can also go Jannah. It's not a justice, right? So always keep in mind, the first night in the grave will be very, very hard. It's written in so many hadiths, it will be very, very hard. Why it will be very, very hard? Because as I have explained, like, you can turn on the light, you can talk, you can move, you can walk, you can eat, but in the grave, it will be dark. You cannot move, you cannot stand up, you cannot go out. No one will be hearing you. No, you will not be feeling that any human sound around. So of course it will be scary. If you have a basement, just turn off all the lights, go stay in the basement when nobody is home. Okay, and think like, I'm only in the basement, but in the grave I'll be very 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 very, in the bottom of the grave, and the mud is all over on me. And do not ever feel that we will not be feeling those things. The As soon a person will die, his sense of feel will become more than double. The pain, he will feel double. He can see double everything. It's our belief, being a Muslim. Okay, so that's why it is written in the hadith that night will be very very. What if you die but then come back to life? How is it possible that you will come back to life? You will, but at
Your
the day of
heart
Qiyamah.
stops, but then like doctors resuscitate you or something.
That means you were not dead. Okay, that means you were not dead. Okay, that means you didn't die. Okay. That means you were alive, and it was a misunderstanding by the doctors. Okay, once you are dead, that means your heart will stop, your uh, your brain will stop. Okay, because I was reading one article that there was I don't know, that was a man or a woman. They are in the hospital, and their heart is not working, but the brain was working. So they put that person on the ventilator, and the brain was working. So it they were the case was in the court, and they were deciding when we will decide this person is dead. When the heart stop beating, then we will count the person is dead. Or when the mind and the heart both will stop, at that time we will decide, because this person heart is not working, but he can move his hand, he can move his, because the brain is working. The brain is giving messages to the hand and the feet. And that person was on the bed in the hospital, but that person was okay, Anam, you can join the class. That person was moving his hand and feet, so they are counting that person, that this person is alive. But how was not working? So of course he was a kind of in in a state of death. So it was, I don't know what they decide, that either they are counting that situation in as a dead person. But but when brain and heart both will stop working, of course then we will count like a person is dead. And this is the reason, like in Muslims, why we use hand slaughter meat. We use hand slaughter meat because when they cut on machines, the non-Muslims, when they cut on machines, they cut the whole neck from the machine, right? So what happening? The brain is not able to give the message to the body which part the blood go, and the blood is not coming out. Rather than coming out, they start flowing in the body, and that body vibrate, or you could feel pain for so longer, as compared to the way of slaughtering in Muslims. They don't cut the whole neck, they cut three veins, and those three veins, when they cut, the brain is connected with the body, because the whole neck is not cut off, right? So the head is connected with the body. And what happened, the head is continuously giving message to the body that this part is cut. And you know what, how have you ever seen like your finger ever cut, and the blood start coming from the finger, right? Because this is a, Allah has put a extraordinary sensation in the body. Like if any part of the body will cut, brain will give message to the body to go to the flow of blood will be at that side, right? The blood start coming at that finger which is cut, to uh, cover it, okay, to heal it. So brain gives message that this part is cut, so the blood start coming out from the neck. And as soon the blood quickly start coming out from the neck, the body of that animal feel lesser pain, as compared to the the cutting of an animal, when they cut the neck completely, and the brain is not able to give the message to the body that which part needs heal up, right? So the blood is start coming, because only three veins cut, message the brain is giving message to the body, okay, this part is cut, so blood needed. And but blood start flowing from the cutting part. And as soon the blood leaves the body, the pain will be lesser, okay. So that's why this is a procedure which we were reading in our tafsir classes, that is why it is recommended to eat zabiha halal. This is halal, and that way is not halal, okay. The slaughtering by a machine, it's easy, but it's more painful for an animal, okay. So anyways, this is not our topic. The topic is that the first night will be very very scary, okay, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are Muslim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us many ways like how we can keep ourselves safe from that punishment, from not punishment, sorry, from that fear which we will feel in the grave the first night. Think for a second, the family members, the friends, the loved ones, they will put you in the grave. They put mud all over, and then they left. It's written in the books that the person will be screaming when he will be hearing the noise of the people they are moving away. He will be screaming, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not given us ability to see Allah, to see angel, to see Jannah, Jahannam. In the same way, Allah has not given us ability to hear the dead person. Allah has not given us ability to hear the time of death. The person is feeling pain because because he is feeling too much pain. It's very painful. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said the death time is very very painful. But Allah Subhanahu wa Taala has not given power to that person to explain the pain or whatever he is feeling at the time of death. So that's why we don't know what is the what is the pain a person feel at the time of death. In the same way, when a person is, can a dead person hear a person who is alive? Yes, a dead person can hear a person who is alive, because that's what I'm saying. He's in the grave, and when he will feel the person is leaving, as I said, the hearing will be double, okay, the hearing and the abilities will be double. So when the person will be leaving, the loved ones will be leaving from there, he will be screaming, but Allah has not give us that ability that we can hear. The live person cannot hear the dead person. Allah has not give this ability to us. But it doesn't mean that they do not scream. It doesn't mean that they do not they are not calling us. They scream, and then they say that please, stop, why you are leaving here, please stop, and that person is screaming, but we cannot share. That's why it is also recommended, whenever you bury any person, any loved one, so stay for some time near the grave, and say loudly that the way you were reading the kalima in this world, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, when angel Munkar and Nakir, two angels right away came in the grave to ask you questions. And they will ask three questions. They ask five questions, but the main important are three. Who is your Lord? What is your religion, and who is your last prophet? These three questions, and then it is written in the Quran that they will ask two more, Quran or Hadith, I guess, two more, what did you do, the knowledge you learned, and how did you spend your young age? So these are a few questions they will ask you in the grave. And some people say, okay, when he will ask me, who is your Lord, I will say Allah. When he will ask me, what is your religion, I will say Islam. And when he will ask, okay, who is your last prophet, I will say Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But this is not that much easy, because your brain is not working like it's working today, right? So your you will say whatever, however you spend your life. If you were a good person, if you were reading your religion, you were studying your religion, you were connected with the religion, and you feel it, that okay, and you are reciting your kalimas all the time, yeah, then it will be easy. But if you are thinking, I will never ever spend my time towards, thinking about deen, but but in the grave, when they will ask me, I will give all my answers. It's just like same, you have a maths book and you didn't open entire whole year, but you are thinking, whenever my exam will be, I will sit in my exam and I will go 100% max marks. It will not work like that. In the same way, you are in this world for a test. This is a kind of test, okay? Allah has sent you in a test, and that's this why I am explaining this, because the first two ayah of this surah explains that Allah has sent you in this world, and Allah is testing you. And and then whatever you have done, it you will be responsible in the grave to answer all those questions. So that's why it is recommended to stay for some time, and your the loved one who is in the grave, they will feel a little comfortable. They will not feel comfortable, of course, if we are reading this dua Allahumma anis wa shadid fi qabri, that the night will be very fearful, because anyways the day at daytime they will put you in grave, because you we all know that cemetery is not open after after Asr or Maghrib. I don't know the exact time, but at night, of course, that will be your first night. No one will be around. You cannot come out. It will be so dark. It is written in the hadith that if you are a good person, munkir nakir, the angels will come in a very beautiful person, in a form of very beautiful person. But if you are a bad person, you never care about your religion, you never care about your Quran and your Salah and other stuff which Allah has commanded to you, they will come in a very ugly face, very scary face, and you will be shouting. We don't know, like when we are passing from the grave. But one time I was in someone's lecture and they were telling, like, when we pass, in front of the grave, we don't know how much punishment these people are getting from Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, because it's a non-Muslim cemetery, right? So we don't know, like, how many peoples are getting these kind of punishments, because we cannot hear the voices. Because if Allah give this ability to us, we will be insane, because it will not stop day and night, day and night. They are getting punishment, they are shouting, and we are hearing all those punishment. So this is Allah's blessing, that Allah has not give this ability to us. Allah has not give this ability to us, that the blood is flowing inside the body and you are not hearing the sound. The heart is pumping, but you are not hearing the sound day and night all the time, very loud. Allah is Allah. Allah is, the nerves, which is, okay, sorry, okay, the nerves, which is, the blood is flowing, and the nerves in your body, you are not hearing that voice. So these are Allah's, blessing. If Allah open the hellfire in front of us when we are alive, we will start feeling scared all the time. So Allah didn't want that. That Allah said, okay, do good deeds, enjoy your life, do whatever you want to do, but it doesn't mean that yeah, forget about me. Keep me all the time. And one time my teacher was explaining how, how you can keep yourself, how you can keep Allah's thoughts in your mind. In the same way, when you set your alarm for waking up in the morning for going to school, and when you are making yourself ready, how many times you feel that, oh, no, it's my school time, I'm getting late. It's my school time, I'm getting late. How many times? So many times. Like by the time you are in a school, from the time of wake up till you are in school, you are changing your dress, but you are keeping in your mind, oh, I have to be very quick, because I have to go to school. You are eating breakfast, but you keep all the time in mind, okay, I have to be there at 8:30, right? I have to be very quick. When you are sitting in the car, you are watching, oh, this much time is left. So how your brain is working, behind the scene, all the time when you are working, your daily, routine works about your school timing, that you have to be there at this time, especially the day you have exam, right? How much stress you are feeling. In the same way, you should be very, okay, Suresh, you should be very, 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 focused toward Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Do whatever you do, play, cook, enjoy with your friends, but at the back of your memory all the time, keep Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, in the same way as you keep, in the back of the memory, when you are changing your dress, eating your food, and breakfast, and that, oh, I have to be there in a school at this time. So for a Muslim, it is very, very important to keep all the time the thing that a qiyamah will come. I have to be in the grave. this will happen. And sometime it's at this age, whatever is your age, when my teachers explain, I do not feel, or I do not take this very seriously. But yes, when my nanny, my grandmom, when she passed away, and people were giving her, they were giving her shower, and they asked me, like, if you want to come and you want to help for giving shower, just join us. And I am basically not a very brave person, so I said, okay, I'll try. When I entered the room, and when I see the dead body on on it was not a bed, it was like um a piece of wood or something. So, or a steel, not wood, that was a kind of a steel, and they put her on that, and she was naked. Just a white sheet was on her, and people were giving shower. The ladies, they were giving shower. The 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 first step, I go in, and with the same foot I just came out from the room. I said I couldn't. And people were saying why, and I said, like, the one who is spending their life going here and there, enjoying, laughing, talking, and that person is on this a steel mat, and other people are giving them shower, and they are planning to put that person in the grave. It's so scary, like, just watching from your own eyes, it's so scary. So I was thinking, when this will happen to me, and I will be on that floor, and people will be giving shower, and people will be putting me in the grave. So at that time, might be I will surely realize the meaning of this dua, that Allah keep me safe from hellfire, the fear of the first night I will spend in the grave. Because it was all very scary. You never ever experienced that, but I experienced. And I was comparing, when my teacher explained all these things, it looks, it's not very fearful. But when I was watching with my own eyes, my own grandmom, it was so scary, and 2 nights I couldn't sleep. So, think, if it's happening with with a person, and it will happen to each and every person, with you, with me, with all, right? So if we will close our eyes and we will say nothing will happen, it will not work like that. You will pass your life without understanding, but this will happen, this will come, and you have to face it. So, Alhamdulillah, being a Muslim, Allah has given us warning, and Allah has, Allah has just explained all these things to us, so we can understand and we can work out before that time. So, inshallah, we will not be in losers. So why explain all these story to you? Because the surah which we are gonna study, Surah Mulk. Surah Mulk is the surah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given many options. As I said, read this, O Allah ma'anis wahshati fi qabri. Oh Allah, keep me safe from the fear of that night. In the same way, the Surah Mulk. Surah Mulk is a surah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, if you will recite this surah, then what will happen? Every single day, if you will recite before sleeping this surah, Allah will keep you safe from the punishment of hellfire. So you never know what kind of sins you are doing. I never know what kind of sins I'm doing. Okay, Kamil? I don't know what kind of sins I'm doing. So it is very, very good if you memorize this surah and make it habit to read this surah with so much confidence that, okay, at least Allah will save me from the punishment of the hellfire, or at least I will be safe from the fear of that night, or the many nights which I'm gonna spend. Because it will not work like that, that after 2 days you will be in Jannah, or after 2 days you will be in hellfire. You have to spend a long, long days. We don't know how many generations will come after us till Qiyamah, right? So you have to stay as long as all the generation come, and the gamma will be there. You have to stay in that grave. So better, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us that I'm sending you in this world, for testing. It's a test, and the one who will pass, and and I will explain you inshallah this surah when we will be doing, because this is a very 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 important surah. So inshallah, whatever lesson we will do, I want you all to start memorizing the lesson, rather than reading it. Memorize, because two lines, three ayah, one ayah, two ayah, it's not very hard to memorize. Okay, if you will not absent and you will make it habit that okay, I will not be absent. So inshallah, every single day you can stay and you can memorize. It's not very hard. It's only two-page surah, and you can make it habit to recite in your salah, or you can make it habit to recite before sleeping. And inshallah, Allah subhanahu and make dua that, oh Allah, because I'm reading this surah, so please give barakah of this surah to me and keep me safe from the punishment of the hellfire and all the tests, inshallah. Okay, so this was a little explanation um, about surah, mulk. Okay, okay, Fatima, you can join your class. Sorry, I think I sent her in a wrong class. Yeah. Okay, so give me a second so we can inshallah start. So alhamdulillah, Zurays has shared the file, so I have saved that file. Oh, I don't know what happened. I'm not able to make my screen bigger. Okay. Screen. Yeah. Okay, can you see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Now I need to see, like, how can I make this bigger? Okay. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes.
It's a yeah, I guess.
Okay. So let's start the surah. Okay. As I said, the surah name is Surah Mulk. Okay. And it's starting from the name Tabarakalladhi, and this is the name of the name of the surah is written always here. Okay, this side, and the para name is here and the surah name is here. So it's Surah Mulk. Okay, and the surah is starting with the surah with the para name. Okay, that is Tabarakallah. So inshallah we will do 1 and 2 ayah. Okay, and let me explain this 1 and 2 ayah to you from here till here. Okay, let me explain you quickly. Tabarakalladhi biyadihil mulk. The barakah is all in the hand of the king. Okay, Wahuwa ala kulli shayin qadir. Who is the king? Allah is explaining by himself that the one who has power on everything. Okay, I am the king and I have power on everything. Alladhi خلق الموت والحياة. I created, khalaqa means create. I created death, maut, death, hayat, life. Allah is explaining, I have power over everything. and I created death, and I created life. And now Allah is explaining in the ayah why I created these two things. لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ ayyukum. I can test you. Liyabluwakum means I can test you. Ahsan means great, good. Okay. Ahsan means wonderful. Okay. Amala means deeds. Okay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that I Khalaqa means we read this name Allah's name Khaliq, right? Khaliq means creator. Okay, Khalaqa derived from the word Khaliq. Okay, Khalaqa, I created death, mouth, death, hayat, life, liyabluwakum, so I can test all of you. Ahsanu, if you are doing good deeds. Amala means deed, Ahsan means good. If you are doing good deeds or not. وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْغَفُورُ, and Allah is um, Allah can grab everyone. Allah is very powerful. So Allah in the starting ayats of this Surah Mulk, Allah is explaining the reason of sending you and me in this world. And what we are doing, we are just closing our eyes and we are thinking, oh, it's not going to happen. This is not a test. It's the life comes once. Let's enjoy, right? But if you are reading Quran and your belief is every single word you are reading, it's truth and it's going to happen, then believe that the life is a test. Allah has sent you as a, in this world as a test, just to test who is doing good deeds. And good deeds mean following the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, following the sunnah of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The good deed mean nothing else. The good deed doesn't mean that okay, you have a big car, nice house, nice salary, a very good educational background. No, the definition, Islamic definition is not that. Islamic definition is ahsanu amala. The good deeds means that how you are spending your life, either it's according to the commands, obeying commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whatever he has explained to us, are you understanding and try to follow all those things, or you are just spending your life by your own and you are thinking whatever you are feeling right is right and whatever you are feeling wrong is wrong. There are many Muslims who are saying this other people are doing the same, right? So if I'm doing what's wrong, they are not thinking that they are not your ideals, or they are not they are not who is setting the goals for you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has explained us that Quran and Sunnah, you have to take guidance from Quran and Sunnah, not from the person who is in front of you. Either they are Muslim, non-Muslim, whoever. Not from those. Only from Quran and Sunnah. So you have to look what is written in Quran, what commands Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is explaining to us, what is written in Sunnah, and what commands Allah subhanahu what things Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is explaining to us, and day by day, you have to adopt all those things. And this is a test, like your previous day is better than your present day is better than yesterday, or your future is better than present. And this is a test going on and on and on until you die and you go in grave. Okay, inshallah. So this is maybe this is the reason Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked us to read this dua every single day, because it gives us reminder, because we forget, we are human, we forget, right? So Allah is giving us a reminder, okay, read this every single day, so it will remind you life is a test and you have to do ahsan wa amala, you have to do good deeds, and good deeds is the commands of Allah and the sayings of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nothing else. If someone will say, my mind say this is wrong, my mind say this is right. At the day of Qiyamah, Allah will say, your mind was saying this was right, but I was not saying this was right. My Quran was there, my Prophet Sunnah was there. Why you are not taking guidance from these two things? Why your brain and Your heart was deciding, what is right and what is wrong. So Allah will ask you these questions, okay? Inshallah. So keep in mind that Islam is a religion. It's written in Surah Baqarah. Udkhulu fi silmi kafa. What does it mean? Allah wants you all to enter in Islam completely. You cannot do that 50%. I will spend my life like a non-Muslim, and I will spend my life like a Muslim. 50% that and 50% this. No, it is not acceptable at the day of Qiyamah. You have to be a pure good Muslim. Then it will be a way to go in Jannah. Then you can keep yourself safe from the punishment of grave, inshallah. Okay, and we will talk, inshallah, a little more about this surah, because whenever whenever I talk about this surah, it, it always gives me goosebumps. Like I always feel like Allah has clearly explained everything to us. This is we who are not feeling it. We are not understanding it, and we are thinking, no, it's easy. We will handle, inshallah, when we will be in grave, or when at the day of Qiyamah. So, inshallah, feel it, think about it, spend some time, sit down, think every single day what I'm doing, why Allah sent me in this world. Am I on the right path? Am I following the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Is it? Okay, 1 minute. Okay. Uh, just give me a second. Um, Alright, is she writing? Send someone. Okay. She's asking to send someone in the practice class. Okay, so let's start with the surah. Okay, Suratul Mulki Makkiyah.
Suratul
ملك مكي.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
تبارك الذي
تبارك الذي
بيده الملك
بيده الملك
وهو على
وهو على
كل شيء قدير.
كل شيء قدير.
الذي خلق الموت.
الذي خلق الموت.
Okay, so you are watching one small noon here. Okay, this is small noon is called noon khutmi. Okay, this is a Arabic term, noon khutmi. And if you will stop on qadir, okay, then you will not read this noon, and you will read alladhi khalaqal mauta. Okay, but if you are not stopping here, because lam alif la, whenever it's written in the ayah, it's your choice. You can continue, or you can stop. Okay, so when you are joining, then you will read qadiru nilladhi. Okay, noon. This you will read this small noon in a case when you will join the back word with this one. Okay, so qadiru nilladhi. If you are reading, if you are joining. Okay, so do not get confused that either I need to read this noon or not. This is a noon kutni rule. Okay, and noon kutni is always work when you are joining the previous word from the next. If you are not joining, you are stopping on qadir. Normally we stop. Okay, so if you are stopping on qadir, then you will not read this small word. Okay, alladhi
الذي
خلق الموت
خلق الموت
والحياة
والحياة
ليبلوكم
ليبلوكم
أيكم
أيكم
أحسن عملا
أحسن عملا
وهو
وهو
العزيز الغفور.
العزيز الغفور.
Rain fat, raw fat. Now listen very carefully. If I will explain this, I will explain in a way. Ba is a standing, ba has a standing fatha, so we will stand one finger, stretch one finger. Ra is a fat letter, okay. Za is joining with this ya with kasra sign, so it's ya madda, okay. And then these all are harkat, okay. You are not stretching anything. Then move on. These are all harkat. Lam standing fatha is one finger is stretch. Okay. Then shay it's hurufilin, yalin. Okay. Sheen ya fatha shay it's hurufilin and this is yalin. Okay. Hamza those are in. Next letter it's tanween and next letter is not a throat letter. Okay. So you will do ikhfa here because this is not a throat letter and this is not a yarmaloon letter. Ya, wa, mim, lam, wow, no. Okay, whenever tanween sign comes, oh, 1 minute. Whenever tanween sign comes, so you will okay. So whenever the mean sign comes, you always see is it a throat letter or a yarmaloon letter. So it's not a throat letter, it's not a yarmaloon letter. So it's decided. We decide, okay, we will do ikhfa here. We will stretch. We will take the voice in our nose for 2 seconds, and we will vibrate for 2 seconds. Okay, shay. Okay. Or fat here. Dal again with ya and following with the kasra sign. Ya sakin and following with the kasra sign. So it's ya madda. Okay, dir. And whenever you are stopping on lean letters or madda letters, so you stop little longer. Okay, always keep in mind that you stop little longer. Um, 1 minute. Ryan, the class. Is it Ryan Lodi or Ryan?
Rayon Lodi.
Okay, all right. Okay, so I am sending you and Aisha Zaman in a breakout room. Okay, so you practice the lesson and I'm coming. Okay.
All right. Can you remind me what it was though? I don't remember.
Surah Naba.
Do you remember the ayah?
First surah, yeah, the second page, I guess.
Second page. Okay, I don't know which ayah that is, but I'll see.
Just I think 40 ayats. So start from 21.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Okay, so Qaf fat here, this qaf fat here, meme wow fatha mau, it's again vowel, okay, and then ha throat letter, ya standing letter, okay, stretch it, one finger, then ba is a qalqala letter, ha throat letter, sin whistle letter, ain throat letter, La, if you remove this one fatha, then it will become madda. Oh, sorry, I was explaining this rule to you that whenever the last letter, whatever is the last letter, before last letter, if you will see a madda or lean, then when you will merge three sounds together, like this madda or lean with the last word, when you will merge this last when you will merge this last sorry the last letter is there and the letter before last letter is madda or lean, and when you are joining all three together then you will stretch a little longer. Okay, this is a rule, you always stretch a little longer. Okay, so let's continue from here. Ain is a throat letter. Za with ya. Za is a whistle letter because this is a straight za. And this is also a ya madda. Za, ya sakin, and a letter before ya has a kasra sign. Okay, so this is a throat letter. Sorry, ya madda. And za is again a throat letter. Rain, throat letter as well as fat letter. Okay. Fu is wow madda because wow has a sakin sign and the letter before wow has dhamma. Okay, so fu is wow madda. Ra is again fat, and when we will remove the ra sign when we are stopping, Then again, we will check the sign of the letter before Ra. There is no sign, then we will check the sign of this. So this is the Ma. So that's why we will read this Ra fetch. If this will be Kasra, then we will read this Ra pin. Okay. So this is a little analysis of the ayah. So inshallah, keep this in mind, because when you will be giving the when you will be in your competition, I will ask to explain the ayah. Okay. So inshallah, it will be helpful day by day. Make it habit to do it. Okay. And I want you all not only read this, but also memorize. This is a very easy 2 ayat. So I want you all to inshallah memorize this, and I will show inshallah you one video of Surah Mulk tomorrow. So I will inshallah find it and I will show it. So let's move on to 1 or 2 more ayah. Then inshallah I will show that video to you. That will be with the meaning. So inshallah it will give you a better idea of this surah. Okay. So I'm sending you in a breakout room, inshallah. So not only practice the ayah, but also practice the 1 minute. So but also memorize it. Okay, inshallah.
Simon.
Yes, Farah.
I think Zurace has a question. He has his hand up.
Oh yes, Zurace.
Can I be sent to help them on these class?
Anamanti class only Anisa is there. So inshallah I'm sending you there, okay?
No, he said they practice by themselves, but Zurace can still go like this.
Yeah, so if you want to give a try, yeah, go.
She asked to send someone.
Okay, go join. Okay, so Kamil, I'm sending you in a breakout room. Who is in level 2? 1 minute. Oh, okay, all right. Aisha, come on in. Aisha, join your class. Aisha Zaman. Mahween. Oh, she. Zura's joined the class and she left. Okay, so Nabiha. Oh, whom I sent there? Wait. Kamil, Maween, and Rahim. Okay. So, oh, sorry. Okay, so Shamil, Kamil, and Farah join breakout room and try to memorize the ayah. Okay. Nabiha. Okay, I can put all of you in one breakout room.